Welcome back. God is great. Thank you another day for joining me and my family towards my journey to a full recovery as we fight against stroke and other cardiovascular related diseases. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers and fathers to be. I've got some balloons today and things like that. So yeah, but I'm here. I'm still here in this house. Today I'm going to continue to talk about specific exercises that I do to help me continue with my improvements on the following things. The use of my right hand and arms, my improvements in mobility, and overall in good health and my well-being. That's briefly putting it. Still waiting on VA hospital for approval for outpatient occupational and physical therapy. Riverside did call me this past week to schedule my initial assessments for physical and occupational, but I still can't go because I need prior approval from the VA hospital. So until I get the go-ahead light from the VA, I'm just sitting the waiting game. Although there are signs and symptoms that I am improving physically and overall with my health and well-being, I still have a long way to go in terms of getting back to status quo. For example, I will show the areas of much needed improvements in the use of my right hand, my digitals, and my mobility overall. And overall the weakness in my coordination of muscles. But with God's help, my focus is much to get better and healthier me, spiritually and physically. Thank you, Jesus. I want to talk about another beneficial food. And this time I want to talk about prunes, because I did have to make an extreme dietary change. I was constipated for the first 6 weeks, maybe 8 weeks after the stroke. Something happened. This prune is amazing. It has lots of benefits, which I'm going to read. Thank you, Google, for the information, because that's where I do a lot of my research, AI or Google. This is from the Members Mark. It's about a 2.5 pound bag. Has a life expires in about another 2 years, but it costs like I think close to $6 or $8 at Sam's Club. If you get it from Walmart, you for 1 pound of their prunes, it's about $5. So this is a better deal. So right here, it's a good product. Helps with that constipation for sure. It's one of the things that I'm eating that's helping with that regular, poop consistency every day now, and thanks to prunes. But I want to talk about the benefits of prunes. It's digestive health. The fiber in prunes, both soluble and insoluble, can help regulate bowel movements and deliver relief to constipation, and that's for sure. Bone health. Prunes contain vitamin K, potassium, and boron, of all things, all which are important for maintaining healthy bones and may help prevent bone loss. Heart health. Some studies suggest that consuming prunes may improve HDL level, the healthy cholesterol. Antioxidants. Prunes are rich in antioxidants, which can help protect the body against cell damage and may reduce the risk of chronic diseases. Also, blood sugar control. Some studies suggest that fiber and other compounds in prunes may help regulate sugar levels. I don't overdo the prunes. It says 4 per serving, so I have a total of 4 prunes per day. I kind of contain how much I eat. So that's important. I usually eat like 2 as a part of my breakfast overall diet, with other things I eat, which I will talk about much later date, more specifically on that. And I maybe have 2 for lunch, during lunch. So it's a pretty good snack too. Today I'm going to continue to talk and demonstrate a few more hand, arm, and lower leg exercise. My goal for this whole series of videos is to hopefully share to the world about the process, targeted specific strategies and exercises to a 100% full recovery from a stroke, cardiovascular related incident, or any other debilitating issues that impair mobility or full functioning of capabilities of one's body. Glory to God, all things are possible. Jesus has paid it all. Jesus has paid it all. I'm trying to be creative and innovative. I've always exercised throughout my life. In fact, I enjoy working out and being active. I like it so much that I got my first bachelor's degree in it. So this is uncharted territory for me. This stroke has changed the way I think, changed the way I exercise. I'm trying to specifically train and invent new exercise or use other exercises that will target the much needed areas of improvement. I have a clear mission and purpose to help others through this process to recover 100% effectively and efficiently with as little resistance as possible. While sharing experiences with others emotionally, physically, and spiritually. With God, all things are possible. It is definitely emotional. It is a process, and if you're going through the circumstances and you'd like to share your abilities and what's going on with you, please comment below and share your thoughts, because this is not a battle to be on your own. This takes a village, a country, people around the world is going through this every day. I want to talk about a very important concept called the principle of specificity, which states that the way the body responds to physical activity is very specific to the activity itself. This is the example they gave on Google, but I'm going to give my examples. For example, someone who jogs can expect that their jogging performance would improve as well as their aerobic conditioning. As for me, specific means train the areas that I need improvement in. That's my main focus. So that's what I want to share to the world, is those areas. And if you need help, let me know. I'll be glad to come up with some kind of exercise. I'm going to demonstrate and talk about a few specific exercises that is relevant to my improvements. Working on, for example, feeding myself, with my right hand. I still have trouble. Thank God I can hold a spoon, but endurance and stamina is important. I can do liquid, I can soup, I can maneuver the spoon down there. But if it gets any heavier, like heavier materials of food, they don't have the strength to push and hold and continuous lift. I might do this 5 or 10 times. Then it's the left hand's turn to finish the eating process, because it does become difficult. It is a struggle. It is a continuous battle. Brushing my teeth. I like to talk about the toothpaste I use. I found out from a relative of mine, friend, very good friend, that fluoride increases or has a tendency to increase blood pressure. So I stopped using fluoride. I buy this from Food Line. It's called Purely White by Burt's Bees, and it's non-fluoride. It tastes pretty good too. It's good for your glucose level. Doesn't impact glucose level at all. So I use this now. It's pretty good. But as far as brushing teeth, I try to use my left hand as much as I can. But I do use my left hand a lot for brushing. It's easy. Right hand, got trouble sustain movement and holding it up. So I can put it in, it takes a good amount of effort, and then I assist it, and you can forget this side. It's hard, but you know, it's difficult. You know, I gotta immediately brush with my left hand for now until I get more strength and stamina and endurance. Writing. Boy, that's another story. Writing is very difficult, and also typing. But typing is a little bit easier. I can do the one finger, but you know, I can make errors. So I type every now and then. It's difficult. It's hard. So that's an ongoing process. And overall, on strength, coordination, stamina, and accuracy with my right hand. I'll continue to work on that. At the beginning of this journey, about 2 months ago or so in April, when I had the stroke, my endurance and stamina was no good. It was in poor condition. I was very tired. The majority of the day, I slept 2 to 3 times during the day. I was that tired. It just, you know, that's the way it is. As a result, I had trouble sleeping throughout the night because of all those naps. You know, that made it worse. I got maybe 2 hours of decent night's sleep the first 2-3 weeks. Not good for recovering stroke victim. Bad for the brain. So I specifically targeted cardiovascular exercises that worked on improving endurance and stamina. As I said before, thank God that I could still walk after the stroke. It was not smooth or pretty or coordinated, but I could stand and move. So I specifically targeted cardiovascular exercise that work on improving endurance and stamina. As I said before, thank God that I could still walk after the stroke. It was not smooth or pretty or coordinated, but I could stand and move. Weak, but I could walk. I started out with maybe 5 minutes of walking or so, 10 minutes, then another week or later, 15 minutes. Now I'm doing 20 minutes at a time. I could do probably 30 minutes at a time on a good day while focusing on quality of my movement. I have also shown good improvements on the stationary bike. Started out 10 minutes duration, and now I'm up to 15 minutes in duration. Good improvement overall with my cardiovascular. A very slow pace intensity. It's a very slow pace intensity though, which I'm going to demonstrate later. But I gradually and slowly built intensity, speed, and duration. Glory to God. Thank you, Jesus. Still need to continue to walk on my walking skill, or work on my walking skills. Smoothness and coordination. Still noticeable gait, but I'm getting the better in that area. I'm going to read some exercises I'm going to do first. Then I'm going to demonstrate a mat. I'm going to also talk some benefits of it and what areas of we will improve. Some are very specific, some are elaborate, and some are short. But I'm just going to read first. So, one leg exercise is one of the exercises I'm going to do. It's important to breathe. You know, make sure you don't hold your breath during these exercises. But inhale on the one leg exercise as you begin to lower your legs back down to the starting position. You want to breathe in. Exhale as you raise your legs towards the ceiling. You want to exhale, engaging your abdominal muscles. The benefits, and again, thanks to Google, because that's where I look at my information to make sure I'm accurate. Strengthen core muscles on the for leg raises. It will strengthen your core muscles. Specifically targets the rectus abdominis, the lower abs, abdominal obliques, hip flexors, It works by consistently performing lying legs, leg raises. You build a strong, stable core, which is crucial for everyday activities. 2. Improves hip strength and mobility. Enhances hip stability and mobility, lying leg mobility, engaging the muscles surrounding the hip joint. Very specific. Strengthens hip flexors. These muscles are essential for movements that involve lifting your legs towards your torso. Enhances core stability and balance. Again, the leg raises, 1 leg raises. That's what I'm going to do. People do 2 leg raises. I'm going to demonstrate just 1 leg raises today. Builds a solid foundation. Lying leg raises help build a strong core essential for maintaining balance stability during movement. It improves better body control and coordination. I'm also going to demonstrate another exercise, the buttock raises. That's important to develop the buttocks area. Basically, again, breathing. Inhale as you lower your hips towards the floor. Inhale deeply. So the way I think about it, if there's any load, like bench pressing, if I'm lowering my weight, I usually breathe in as I lower the load. I breathe out, push, as I exhale. Okay, so you, basically I think about it, anytime you're taking on a load or exerting a load, you want to breathe in. You don't want to hold your breath, that's for sure. Exhale as you push through your heels and lift your hips toward the ceiling. Exhale forcefully. That's with the, again, buttocks. Benefits of doing the buttock raises: improves glute strength and tone. Buttock raises are effective exercises for strengthening the gluteal muscles, which are crucial for hip extension, rotation, and stability. Regularly performing these exercises can lead to noticeable improvements in muscle tone and definition, potentially creating a more lifted and rounded appearance. If that's, your prerogative. Number 2, enhance posture stability. That's the more important part. Strong glutes play a vital role in maintaining good posture and pelvic stability. By strengthening these muscles, buttock raises can help improve alignment, reduce lower back pain, and enhance overall stability during movement. So all important for recovering stroke victim or somebody who's learning to walk again. Number 3, potential pain reduction. Weak glutes can contribute to various musculoskeletal issues, including lower back pain and knee pain. Strengthening these muscles through exercise like buttock raises can help alleviate or prevent such pain by improving muscle balance and support. Number 4, increase athletic performance. Strong glutes are essential for many athletic movements, which is important for later on as I improve. Running, jumping, and lifting. By improving glute strength and stability, buttock raises can contribute and enhance athletic performance in various sports and activities. Much later on for me. Boost confidence and self-esteem. So I'm just going to move on with that. Some upper body exercises that I'm going to demonstrate. They are interlocking fingers wrist workout. It's pretty lengthy today as far as demonstration. It will help with wrist pronation and supination. I'm going to demonstrate after all this wording. It will strengthen and also helps with that range of motion. So that's the interlocking finger wrist workout. Number 2, upper body, lying down, arm, shoulder rotation, one-handed and two-handed, works on strength, coordination, and overall range of motion. Plus, it's just good as exercise for stretching and loosening my tight deltoid and shoulder muscles. Another exercise for upper body, forearm and elbow with combination flexion and extension and rotation to improve strength, flexibility, range of motion. Some of these naming conventions I came up with are kind of lengthy, but they're specific to what I'm doing. Maybe I'll come up with a better name next sometime. Number 4, another upper body exercise, the one-arm press. I'll show the areas of weakness and needs improvement. Laying down in the 2-arm press with using a cane or a broom or a straight bar if you have a straight bar. Eventually building up the resistance and weight. but I will show the weakness in those areas, as you will see in the video. Demonstration time. I think I'm going to demonstrate the areas now. The first thing I'd like to demonstrate is called interlocking fingers and wrist workout. Focus that camera a little bit. Basically, interlock your fingers, the first exercise. And what I'm doing is work on pronation, supination. Basically, you're assisting and resisting. As I turn my wrist, I'm turning and assisting the other weak area of the wrist. What I'm doing with this top hand is pushing down, working out pressure, and the other hand is resisting from pushing. So I'm actually pushing down. Then I'm going to turn and do the same. Push down with pressure. Pressure points. Weight bearing exercises on the hand. And working on rotation, pronation, supination. And I'll do this throughout the day. It's up to you. 20 is a good start. Building up gradually to 30 and 40. You know, if you're tired that day or something, work on these exercises. They're pretty simple, but it helps. Every little exercise, every little thing helps. It's building up to the big things. As you can see, it's working that forearm muscle. I'm pressing down, and it's working it. You know, it's good. So that's the interlocking fingers wrist workout. I'm going to move on to the stationary bike because I haven't demonstrated the stationary bike. Just briefly, I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to get on the mat and do the rest. So I'm going to transition. This is where it's difficult for me, but it's getting better. I'm transitioning to the bike first. Now, can you get me here? Am I good? Now, getting on right now is not too bad. I still do need some assistance with my family here, but I'm going to try it today for demonstration purposes of my own. But it's getting off. That's the problem. After that workout, I'm tired, I'm weak, and I do need assistance with getting off because it is difficult to get over. You know, it's not too bad at the beginning, but at the end, it's bad. Today I can do it because I'm not demonstrating the full 50-minute workout. But before I work out, I get a good sip of water. That's important to keep hydrated and making sure your health is right, your blood pressure is right, and you're doing good. The thing you need is a timer. This is important. I set that timer to, I'll start with 30 minutes. If I'm feeling good, I'll go 40. If I'm still feeling good, I'm going to go 50. But I don't know that unless I check my monitor, my pulse rate, and my oxygen level. So I have this at all time with me. This is important. I know at the 20-minute mark, I need to check. By that time, my blood pressure may be up, my pulse rate may be up. I don't know. But I will demonstrate how fast I go. I usually go at this distance. I mix my grip, the way I hold my hand position, might be up here, and then I'll get tired. Because at the beginning of the exercise, not too bad, but as I go along, I get tired. Again, I'm putting pressure with my hand for the extra effort and pressure point exercise. Okay, so I'll hold it down here, pressure point. You know, when I started the bike, beginning of this workout, beginning of this journey, you know, I was a little sloppy, but I was still moving. And I go about this pace, not fast. You know, before the stroke, I could do maybe 18 to 25 miles per hour on a bike. Now I keep it minimum around 8 to 10 miles per hour. And that's 8 to 10 miles per hour consistent, but I still get the cardiovascular workout that I need. I'll switch alternating grip after 5 minutes. I might change the grip and pressure right here. Okay, on a good day, I can usually stay here. And I just bike. Sometimes when I'm tired, I might just change the hand position right here and just use focusing on my legs. Okay, so I'll do this for 50 minutes. Again, I gradually built up to 50 minutes. At the beginning of the journey, I started at 10 minutes, then eventually 20, and then another week 30. Alright, and I kept going. Again, 40 minutes, then finally I got to 50 minutes, And that's where I'm at now. 50 minutes about this pace right here. Okay, and I alternate grips throughout the time. I check in, monitor myself with the pulse meter. So it takes a lot of effort to keep going. Today I could probably get off my own, but still a struggle. If I was actually doing the full 50 minutes, I will need assistance because it's difficult to get my legs over. But I can do it. Now I can do it before I can get it over this bike. I gotta take my time because this thing will fall on me. Yeah, I'm not falling. Alright, so that's bike. There's also arm exercise on this, which is good for our arms, which I'll demonstrate later. Another exercise video. Woo! Alright, the rest is a mat workout. And one more. After this, I'll go back to the station. Getting down is a little difficult, but not too bad. Alright, on to body workout. Well, I'm going to show my right arm, hand arm weakness, coordinated accuracy, and all that stuff. You'll see the struggles. Alright, the next one is lying down. And my wife's helping me move the video over there so I can see what exercise I need to demonstrate. So lying down, arm, shoulder, rotation, one hand and two-handed. Again, this exercise, if you don't have a mat, I usually do it on the bed because it's a lot softer in the bed. It's a lot more forgiving. I'm just, I'll use the mat every now and then, but it is hard. It's not as soft as you think, so it is hard on the body. So I'll demonstrate arm, shoulder, rotation, one-handed and two-handed. I'll explain. It's good stretching early in the morning. Again, do it on your bed. Do it on your bed. It's good. So I'm going to demonstrate that first. What I do first thing in the morning is my right side is, and throughout the day, it's sore, it's tight. It's just the way it is. It hasn't got loosened yet, even though I do the exercises. What I do is I'll show you what it looks like one-handed first. Okay, basically you're rotating the shoulder. Don't forget to breathe throughout the exercise. Just breathe. Okay, this is the good side. Okay, more controlled, more straightforward, easy moving. It's good. Here's the right arm side. There is a need improvement. Okay, you see, it's noticeable. It's not straight, and it's tight. It's tight. Just getting it back here. It's tough. Okay, I'll move it, and I'll do about 100 of these, but not single-handed. Maybe I'll do 20. Okay, I move it. It's a little controlled, a little better, getting better, but it's tough. I'll struggle. It's really tight. It works on stretching, range of motion. But the best workout that I like to do is a two-handed assistance. Okay, and it helps because now I can control it better. It still hurts. It's still tight, but I can assist the right arm with stretching, and it's better control. Better control. At the beginning of the stage, this right hand was all over the place. It was shaking. It was moving. Now it's a little better control. Before it just flopped down, and it would hurt. So I got a little more strength, endurance. So that works good. Gradually build up, and don't forget to breathe. Don't forget to breathe. This is good. It feels really good because when something's going on with muscles and nerves, it gets really tight because you're not moving as usual. Like normal. You move it throughout the day. But for a recovering stroke victim, those muscles just tend to, just sit there. It's sometimes hard to move. Alright, so that's the exercise. Alright, the next one is, I'm just reading off the teleprompter, is the forearm and elbow weight combination and flexion, extension, and rotation. That's a big name, but I've come up with a better name, but that's what it's doing. It's working the forearm, the elbow, with a combination of flexion, extension, and rotation. Again, you can do this sitting down, or you can do this laying down, but laying down is easier. So I'm going to demonstrate that. back of me here. Alright, the good arm is basically like this. And again, any kind of movement is going to help with your recovery process. It's going to help with that strength. Okay, basically I'm keeping my hand flat and I'm just rotating. This time my elbows, the elbows aren't made to be rotated. They're just for flexion and extension. That's why I named it. But it is rotating. It is working on the strength. It is working on the stamina. It is working on coordination. Okay, that's the left hand. Now the right hand. This is the areas of needed improvement. And basically, it's tight. Very tight. Very tight. And I do this on the bed again. And I do this 100 times. I'll do 20, stop, rest, do 20 more. Or if I feel good, I just keep going. But it's working, it's stretching that muscle, toning that muscle, strengthening that muscle. Okay, and it's working on just moving. Move. Okay, you just do this. It's good. Notice the right arm shaking. It's not controlled. As I go down, it's shaking. That's just the way it is for now until I get more control. If it does shake a lot, I'll slow the movement down, slow it down, and work on this control. Slow it down. Okay? Because, so that's that. The next exercise I'm going to get up and read is the one arm press, laying down, and two arm press. I'm going to use a cane. You got a straight bar, use a straight bar if you can. Broom will work, something. Alright, first I'm going to do the one arm press. Demonstrate the good side. Okay, basically it's nice and straight. Elbows 90 degrees going down, like you're doing the bench press. And again, any movement is going to help. Every little thing helps. Okay, so that's the good side. Nice and easy, nice and controlled. Okay, 90-degree elbows. Okay, controlled and breathe. Now the right side. Okay, it's already shaking. And I'm trying to make a fist, but it shakes. It's not as controlled, but it's getting better. But it still shakes and sometimes hard to push out, but it's not too bad. Okay, well now, the purpose of the cane or broom, I'm going to get that is control. Control. Now we're going to simulate the bench press. And again, as I get better and stronger, I'm going to add weights. Okay, and again, this is going to work on control. The left hand assisting the right hand with stability. And don't forget to breathe. The load again on the bench press, you want to breathe in. As you go down, taking the load, push out. Push out, exhale. Breathe in, taking the load, and push out. Sometimes you just want to do sustained movement and hold. Hold to create that endurance and stamina. Okay, it's shaking. That's my right hand. It's shaking. But I'm holding it up and assisting with the left hand. So, if you can do that, every little thing helps. Okay, make sure this thing don't fall on me. Oh yeah. Get over there. Alright. I'm back up. Alright, the last exercise on the mat is the buttock exercise. Again, I gotta do leg raises. Leg raises. Okay, thank you, wife. She's helping me to remember what exercise I gotta do. Alright. Some people use the two-legged leg raise. I use the one-legged raise because it's easier. It's less strain the back. Two-legged raise tend to straighten the back. You gotta develop a core, good core for that. So the left leg, again, I do this in the morning. If you can go up to about 90 degrees, an L shape. That's where you want it. Okay, do again 20, maybe work up to 100. Okay, good for your buttocks, leg raises, things like that. Stretching. Okay, now the right side. The right side that needed improvements. Okay, before it wasn't too bad, but I could go up to a 90-degree L. It's not too bad, but it does work. You'll feel the tightness. This way, you keep your hands flat. Keep your hands flat. Okay, leg raises. If you do two, it's tough on the lower back. It's pain. So I like to do one leg raises. It still works on the core area. you know, abs and buttocks area. The last exercise is the buttock raises. Again, what you're going to do is put this is how it should look like. Knees bent, arms flat, shoulders relaxed, shoulders back and flat. Alright, and you're going to lift. And I like to just hold for about 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Squeezing your buttocks. 5, 6, 7. Driving that force down for pressure control. 8, 9, 10. I go down. And I'll do about 30 of these, because after a while your buttocks will get tight. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Don't forget to breathe. Don't forget to breathe. Breathe on that load. When you take on that weight, breathe, exhale, and also breathe out. So that's it for the floor exercise. That really helps with those buttock control. I think it's helping with pooping. I think it's those muscles are tightening up down there, and I'm able to push a little bit more effort when I need it. Okay, it's also to breathe when you're pushing, because sometimes if the poop is hard to get out, don't forget to breathe in. Drink a sip of water during that time, and get your breath under control. Get your breathing under control. That's important, especially when you're pooping, because you don't want to hold your breath. It takes a lot of effort, but it works. The next exercise, I'm going to go ahead and transition back to the station, base station. This is a doozy. This is going to take a lot of energy out of me. I hate this exercise, but it's a must. This is a must. I told my speech therapist it's not my favorite exercise. It takes a lot of energy, but it works. And I do need to work on that a little more. But it's getting better. Much better with the speech and swallowing. Alright? And this is the quick version. Alright, the last demonstration is going to be on some exercise that will help develop swallowing and speech skills. I could actually do a whole segment on this, but we're going to go ahead and go through with this, because I said we're going to cover this the next video. This is the next video. I'm going to keep my promise. I want to thank my speech therapist for introducing these exercises to me. I thank you for your help. And so, breath control. First exercise, breath control. And here it is. Here's all the handouts you gave me. I'm just going to read what to do. I hope I do a good job demonstrating. But I'm going to try to demonstrate. These are getting tough for me. It takes a lot of energy. Whew! Alright. Breath control. You have to breathe in slowly for 3 seconds. Hold your breath for 3 seconds. And then release the air slowly for 3 seconds. So I don't know if I can do all those, but I'm going to try. So basically, when she first taught me how to do it, she asked me the question, when you're breathing in, does your stomach go in or out? I said it goes in. But no, I was wrong. It goes actually out when you breathe in. When you inhale, hold it for 3 seconds. It extends out, and then blow it out. So breath control. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. It said my shoulder shouldn't rise, but I think it might be. But it should be right here. Your diaphragm, your stomach area, where is the work going on. So here's the hard part. Now you got to breathe in, and after you breathe in, you exhale. As you exhale, you're supposed to say like the H sound. That was a little difficult for me at first, but I think just thinking about how to do it. So breathe in. Try not to raise your shoulder. And then H. Breathe in. H. Then there's the S sound. Breathe in. S. Breathe in. S. So that's just some of the exercises, breath control. Moving on to the next one. It's not too pretty, but it works. I want to introduce a term to you called SLOP. When I think of this, when she introduces, I think of Sloppy Joe. I love Sloppy Joe, but I haven't had Sloppy Joe in a long, long time. One day I'll hopefully go back to it, but with a adaptability to the ingredients. Okay, SLOP, which stands for slow, loud, over-articulated, or over-articulate and pause. So SLOP, Sloppy Joe for me. Alright, I'm going to demonstrate how this works. This is really hard. It's kind of funny at the same time, but it works on speech and things. So here's how it sounds like. And she gave me some rhyming things to practice on. They're kind of funny, but it's hard. It's very tongue twisters. But you can practice. Alright, so I'm going to do SLOP. So it should sound like this. The pushy politician put the pencil on the paper. Okay, it's supposed to be loud, it's supposed to be slow, over articulate, and pause. So here's another sentence. Please prepare the pudding from the package. I think I'm getting better. Place the peace prize on the podium. Alright, so the next one's pretend the prancing pony is pink. So that's what SLOP should sound like. I'm saying it a little faster than it should be, but it should be slow. Pass the pepper to my plate. So that's the exercise. SLOP. I hope I did it right. Alright, there. The next ones are really, and there's some more reading materials, but I'm not going to do this. That's a whole paragraph, but that's one I'm supposed to practice on. So next is the handout that she gave me. These are the tough exercises, I think, anyway. Alright, the first one is called tongue resistance, with side of the tongue using a fork or a dipstick. Basically, I'm supposed to do 5 reps, 2 sets, hold for 5 seconds each rep, and a daily 1 time a day. That was her prescription. But I'm not going to demonstrate the whole thing. I'm just going to demonstrate how it should look like. So you stick your tongue out like this, and you press up the food, and you count 5. It looks kind of funny, feels kind of funny, but it's supposed to strengthen your tongue, your swallowing, and things like that. And you do 5 sets of these. So I'll repeat the other side, basically, and I'll do the follow 5 sets on this side first, or 5 repetition. The next side, stick it out, way out there, your tongue, press, and and sometimes your tongue will slip, but you want to try to keep it on there, and you rest. Make sure you rest in between. So you do 2 sets of those. Basically, you begin upright with a tongue depressor or shallow spoon in your hand, moving. Stick out your tongue. Use a tongue depressor or shallow spoon in your hand, moving. Stick out your tongue. Use tongue depressor or spoon to push one side of your tongue. As you push, resist against the push from the same side of the tongue. Then repeat. Tips: make sure to give the same amount of resistance with the tongue depressor or spoon, and try to keep your tongue straight as far out as you can. Alright, that's one exercise. Next one, I'm gonna skip this one for now. Go to tongue resistance with cheek. Basically, this is about the same thing. 5 reps, 2 sets, hold for 5 seconds, daily 1 times. Alright, so again, we're helping on the swallowing skills and speech. Basically, this is what you got to do here is you use your side of the hand, and you want to go for the back. Get your tongue to as far as it can go back behind your cheek. So it's in the rear, and you press. And you do 5 of these to a set, 2 sets, and then after 1 set, you switch and you put your tongue to the rear of your cheek and push with your hand. I can't push good with my right. It's difficult to hold it up there and push and keep it flat, so it has to be my left hand. It's kind of funny, but it works. It strengthens that tongue. Alright, so that's the tongue resistant with cheek. Again, 5 reps, 2 sets, hold 5 seconds daily, 1 time. Okay, and that's basically how I do that. Alright, the next exercise I'm going to show. This is the tough one, so I'm going to wait for that last. This one is the swallowing exercise with water. And, you know, eventually you can use it without water or some kind of liquid, but water is best. The goal of this activity is to keep food or fluid from getting stuck in your pharynx or throat by improving the force and timing of your swallow. So, swallow normally, but tightly squeeze your tongue and throat muscles throughout the swallow. Try to swallow with as much effort as you can. You don't want to overdo it though. You'll find out. Repeat as instructed by your therapist. Explanation: the muscles of your tongue and pharynx work together to help you swallow properly. By swallowing with as much effort as possible, you can keep food from getting stuck in your throat. At the beginning of the stage of my journey, sometimes I do get, food. It was hard to swallow just a little bit, but it was going down. But I need to work on that. And depending on the course of the material, if it was tough, hard material to swallow, I'll notice it. And sometimes I'll have to, swallow and I'll gag a little bit. Practice the activity to prevent food from getting stuck in your throat by improving your coordination and force when swallowing. So it has gone better. I rarely get food stuck, but here's how it looks like. This is kind of, this is also a tough one. You take the little sips of water, and what you do is you swallow and you put your tongue at the roof of your mouth when you swallow, after you swallow, and you put pressure. One. So as I'm swallowing, putting as much effort as I can, putting the tongue to the roof of my mouth. 2. Alright, and this goes on and you do 10 reps, 2 sets, daily 1 time a week. And let me tell you, it takes a lot of energy just to do those. Just do those. The last one is say blast. This is the tough one. This is the tough one. Where is it? Let's see. There. This is called Effortful Pitch Glide. The last exercise was called Effortful Swallow. Effortful Swallow, which is a misnomer. Tongue resistance with side of the tongue with a dipstick or spoon. And the last one is called Effortful Pitch Glide. And the pitch glide is this. You make an E sound and you start out low and you increase the intensity and the pitch of your voice to a higher level. This you can really takes a lot of energy. You don't want to overdo it because you can pass out by doing this exercise. So set up. Begin with the sitting upright. Movement. Produce a natural E sound at a comfortable pitch. Gradually elevate to your highest pitch. Once there, exert effort to continue to produce a forceful E sound. Hold that note at your highest pitch for several seconds. The rest and repeat. Just make sure you stop before you feel a strain or a pain. Okay, well yeah, you'll know when to stop because it is. So basically, I'm comfortable sitting up nice and straight, tall, shoulder widths apart. And it's supposed to sound like this. And that's it for me. For the house, you repeat. It's rough. It gets after 3-4 sets, you'll feel it. So get that breath control. Breathe in. You might want to take a few seconds, a minute maybe, in between to do this. So the second rep, you start like this. breath control. Okay, breathe in and rest. Make sure you rest in between. And you start out breath control in to your stomach, diaphragm. Yeah, that's really tough, but you do that supposedly for 10 reps. You might just do 5. At the beginning it says I could do 5, and I think that was it for me. It's really hard. It's really hard. It's really hard to do. Feels, you know, it's called a ball sober maneuver where you're holding your breath, and it's like pressing 500 pounds. So you got to be careful because you can't paint or pass out from this type of exercise. So, you know, take a rest in between. Alright, so that's it for the speech therapy stuff. That's what I got to do on my own continuously. I've been discharged from her. I don't need to go outpatient. I just continue, you know, reading off the internet, articles, practicing the SLOP and things like that. So, if you are experiencing recovery from a stroke or heart-related battle, I'd like to hear from your journey. Comment below with your tips and strategies. We are in this together and hope to ease the process for someone else going through this. On my next video, I will cover and show more functional and specific home exercises that will help with my further full recovery, 100% recovery journey. Well, that's all, folks. My family and I want to thank you, each one of you, for your help and your continued support. Glory, honor, and praises to God. Have a blessed one. Thank you so much. Happy Father's Day. Have a good one today. Enjoy your day. And we'll see you next time. Thank you so much.